Good afternoon, Gman Division 5D. Week 1 recap is finally here, and it's good to be back. And it wouldn't be the same if my partner in crime didn't come back with me. Good afternoon, the one and only, the racking / sexy man / sexy whatever you want to call him, lap dancing genius, Crystal Hunter. How you doing, buddy?
Good afternoon, Bernie. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you, Bernie?
I'm not too bad, mate. I'm not too bad. Almost time for Clan. I can't wait. I make my debut in Clan soon. I cannot wait. Don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Oh yeah,
but you know.
Clan League is starting soon. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be exciting. I don't know. I saw an advertisement of Clan League where they were still looking for clans. So if anyone is still interested, they might ask around. I don't know if that's still something that's happening, but definitely give it a check. Clan League. It's a very exciting league.
I have had a look at it before, and I've never decided to do it. And then obviously you got me roped into joining. So he's got me in this clan. I'm sure a lot of you'll know. So I've not played clan before, and to be honest, I have no idea what the hell with all these bloody rules and all this shit. And only got me in touch with these other guys. So you know, I'm thinking start maybe Division 5, Division 4. I'll push Division 3. No, not me. I've joined noob. Fucking Division 1. So this well-oiled machine of a clan, who basically, I think are in the top 3 almost every season, have got me.
Yeah.
So
I've got my connections.
yeah. But the thing is, though, I am playing Nagel, so you know that's my favourite team. So we'll be all right. I'm sure if I win a few, I'll get away with it. But that's all another thing. But yeah, it's not been bad. I can't wait for that.
Best of luck in that season.
Yeah, I'm expecting to go played 7, won 7, lost none, drawn none. I'm thinking ultra positive, and then obviously I'll be asking to get paid.
Would be something, wouldn't it?
Oh, beautifully would be. And obviously we've got them stocks and shares going on. I pretend I know what I'm doing, but I'm not. I'm just pressing buttons, buy, sell, whatever. So you know, all good. I was a bit disappointed though, unless someone's going to tell me anything different, that the maximum shares you can have in a team is 10. Because I just wanted to put all my stocks in Thunder, and you. I just thought, just slash them all in there, get enough money to go in on a mansion, buy a mansion, you know, somewhere in Hawaii or something, just chill for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Well, I was very honored that you bought all my shares. Like I was, 10 shares, of course.
Easy money.
So,
easy money, innit?
Easy money, says. Well, I don't have the easiest matchups. Like I do have some rough matchups out there, so I'm not sure.
Please come to my division, then you'll see what hard is. But
that's true.
But hey, you know, anyone who plays shares, I'm going to lose my first 3 games. Buy my team week 4, is it, or week 3? Because then that won't count. So yeah, buy me week 3, I'll make you all a lot of money. First 3 weeks, Nagel. Can't play against Nagel, 600 down every game. But week 4, I may make I can't get words out. I might make a lot of you a lot of money. For the people who bought early, unlucky. But, you know, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Don't try to harass anyone too much, Bernie. Though, like if they're losing, like don't say like, yeah, you fucking bastard, you lost. Like you made me drop some stuff.
That's what Roberto did. That's what Quiggy did on the other one. He said went to one of them. He got in trouble for it. He got in trouble by, I don't know if the admins or whatever, the people there. He turned around. I think he was in chat. He put some money in these shares on this team. I can't remember what team it was. And he was just doing it for a fun. He turned around and said, "God damn it, man! Stop losing! You fucked with my shirts, god damn it!" And then like, "You can't say that! You can't say that!" Like, whoa! But it's so funny because I can imagine what Quiggy's like. You know, Quiggy. He's so funny. He's like, "You fucked with my shirts, man! I lost money! I don't like you when I lose money!" And it was so funny. But yeah, so that was good.
Awesome.
Man, it was awesome. Anyway, enough of the pleasantries. Let's get on with the nitty and gritty of week 1. And, you know, let's hope there's some good touchdowns, some good experience, some good carnage. And obviously the teams I hoped to finish near the top, all one would be good also. So let's go to the schedule then. Let's go to week 1. Let's see who won what. And we will start with the Mining Machine Return versus Zara. Now, Mining Return, that's our good old friend Uvasak. Now, did we both tip him to finish top? I hope I did, because he won.
Yeah.
I did buy shares in him, but I think it didn't count first week. I don't know how it works, but I've got shares in him.
You got to wait a week. But generally, I saw this game because it was on Twitch. Like Ufasec messaged me like I'm about to play, and more focused streaming it. So I like a good little recap where I was, and I just went there and watched the game. It was quite an interesting game. Like Sarah scored early, like early first half, and in the meantime, like Ufasec was just smashing his team.
Yeah,
and just hitting away, and the attrition became too much, so he scored the first half as well, and then the second half he could just keep going with the smashing and just grind his way to 2-1. So it's a kind of classic 2-1 victory. I do feel like Serret could have been more aggressive on the ball. Like I missed him diving into a cage a few times and trying to go for the 2D uphill or anything, like trying to prevent that second score.
So I thought, unless I was dreaming, could possibly happen, because I'm not old and tired, is I tuned in about, 5-10 to go, and I thought, or the impression I got, was the Chorf scored in the second half, and then they turned the ball over again to win. Because unless it was another Chorf team I was looking at and another Rat team, I'm sure it was this Rat team, because he didn't have many players left, about 6-7 players. And I'm like screaming at the TV going, don't stall it, man. A 2-2 draw's bloody good. Just bloody bomb it down and score. What the fuck are you doing? Don't stall because you don't have the numbers. And he stalled it, and he lost the ball, and he lost the game. And I was like I felt like Rage Quit Rand the Mad, who just flips tables. I was like, oh man, you could have got a draw. Sometimes a draw against a top coach is good enough. And I'm like, oh my god, if Hunter's watching this, he'll be like, just score.
We saw the situation in playoffs as well, right? Where I was playing first round and the guy tried to stall me on the.
Yeah. He just didn't have the numbers. That was the thing. He just did not have the numbers. So I don't know.
And yeah. So. And I'm checking the replay really quick now to see if you're right, because like we gotta be clear about it.
I'm sure it was this game.
I think you're actually right about it. So like I kind of have a mismemory there.
I tell you what, good job I'm here.
Yeah, good job you're here. But so like he scored 1-0 and then Ufasec couldn't score back, but because of the huge attrition, he was gonna win this game. So this was well done by Ufasec.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have won the game. I don't think he'd have won the game. I think if the Rats had gone down one flank, they would have scored bar an absolute something crazy. Why he wanted to stall it out when, one, he didn't have the numbers, two, UV did have the numbers, and I suppose the benefit I have with UV is I know he can freaking play and he's very good at positioning. And I was like, the draw's there. He's giving you the draw. He's spread his team out. Go down the flank. You get you'll get a draw out of it because he's chuffs. So it's going to take him half the freaking the match to go back up and get the 2-2, and that's a good start. But obviously what he did, and we've seen this a lot, is to just stall thinking, oh, well, he'll leave a gap somewhere. But the problem then what you've got is that you end up losing players, and then it's almost impossible, and that's what happened. And I think when he did his LOS, he marked things up, and he should have marked them up, in my opinion, and he should have... it was just a mess the way it was done, and I don't want to come across too critical, but I was really frustrated. I mean, it was good that UV won, but I just thought, man, you had a really good chance there of putting a statement out and getting a draw, but maybe inexperience or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, it's partly inexperience, but we're talking about a situation here where you gotta remember, like, they scored first half, and then the second half, Ufasec gets the ball, of course, first he scores really quick.
Yep.
And then you see a low amount of reds on the field. So it is something you should definitely try. You should definitely go down the field and try to score.
Yeah.
It's not always that easy though, and this was a situation where you didn't have that many reds. So I can imagine that
he had enough. He had enough to
locked him down, and So like it is something that's not as easily done as said. It's not something like, okay, I'm just gonna free up a player and score. It's way more difficult when you're on low numbers, like 6-7 players versus 11 is already quite a problem to score yourself,
Yeah, it is. But the way UV, if I remember, I'm really trying to remember this, but the way UV'd set up, obviously, he had covered both sides, so he could only bring so many of them players to stop the TD. And if he'd have set these LOS up the right way and gone down one flank, then obviously by double ones and really horrid look like that, he could have got himself into the best possible position to get something out of the game. Is probably the best way I can say it. Because what he ended up doing, he was never gonna get anything out the way he did it, and that's what I'm saying.
I absolutely agree. If he committed to a site, after setting up for the LLS and that kind of thing, if he committed to a site and moved down his threats all the way through there, he could have had a chance. And yeah, he chose not to, and that's something you see with like more experienced players. They'll try to squeeze out the draw that way. And yeah, that was the only way to really get a draw. I don't think there was anything more than that
I think
possible.
Some players want to try and win. They just don't want to take a draw. But sometimes you got to look at the predicament. He's dominating me on numbers. I suppose it comes more with experience. But you just can't hold on. You just cannot hold on with what he had against all that tackle. And all the numbers he had, and that was it. I mean, if it was like 6-on-6 or something, 6-on-7 or something like that, then I agree. You could have probably tried to stall and use your speed, but
I don't know. I don't know what Sorry was thinking. Like maybe what he was thinking, like, well, I'm gonna stay back in my back of the field to stall it out and hopefully get a draw that way. Like maybe keep it at 1-1.
You weren't gonna last that. They're not that slow.
No, that's true. But maybe he was thinking that, and I don't know. I'm not the far police there, but like he could have played it a bit more aggressively and throw some threats in where he could have assured the draw, and that's something we agree on. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was like I said. I don't know the coach or anything, and it was the only game really what I saw this week, so that's why I'm talking more about this one. But I saw it and I thought, wow, he's got a chance to get a good draw against one of a very, very good player in UV. And I just thought he threw it away by maybe not being brave. I don't know, or what you want to call it. But there's potential there, and obviously, is this the Rats coach who spoke to you about stuff, or is that somebody else?
To be fair, it's still a very tough play to commit down one lane and try to get the touchdown quickly, because like if you have a low amount of players, it's still a very tough play. But it's something you have to do just to give it a try. If you don't do anything, you're sure you lose, and it's something you definitely have to try.
Yeah. But my advice to the coach is drop Crystal Hunter a Discord message. And if you need any help,
I'm already talking to you quite a lot.
Well, that'll help, because obviously I figured we had a coach last season who didn't have a great start. Obviously, he talked Hunter, and all of a sudden he went on a winning spree. But Hunter knows his Rats, so if he's like trying to mentor you and trying to help you, or even just as a sounding board, use it, because he knows his stuff with Rats. So keep pestering Hunter, and you'll do all right. Regardless of the game, though, I mean, I felt sorry for him because he tried, and his team got broke a bit. 43 blocks, 4 KOs, 2 injuries. But
and if you're that's the other thing. There's also that offensive commitments, but like there's also the whole defense thing. Like if you really want to do something in defense, then the save 2 dice and running back isn't always the most progressive thing you can do. You can also try to sometimes, if you're really in a desperate position, cage dive the ball and go for the ball carrier into the uphill. Like sometimes that's the only option you have to stop him from scoring. So then you have to do that, and that's something I kind of missed with this game as well. I didn't see any intention of him actually trying to go for the ball. And that's the difference between winning a game or drawing a game and losing a game generally. Like those kind of minor things that you actually have to be committed at the right moments with Reds.
and that's the thing. I mean, the Man Issue return, it's an alright team, but obviously when we tip this to do well, it's because of the coach, and the coach again.
Yeah.
So you know, some lesser coaches might have thought, oh, I better not score early because I don't want to lose. But obviously, Juve was really quick. Goes right. I've got him by the numbers. His numbers are down. I'm gonna ram it in early and then max the pressure. Trust in my positioning. Trust in my chops. And it worked. He got it done. And it's a very good start for the Chorfs. Now, if you can keep winning, so my stocks rise, perfect. But yeah, good win for him. Right, let's get on to the next one then. Oh my god, how do you pronounce this?
Speaking of good coaches, this is Asi, Reds and Gops, and this is Missu versus the Elf Bomb. And Missu is actually also a really good coach.
Right.
So it's no surprise that they for me it's no surprise that they won this one 2-1.
Yep.
Didn't really watch this game, but looking at the statistics, I can kind of see that there's been a lot of injuries and chaos going on for them. So that's something Underworld teams should do.
I think you need a medal or be insane to play Pro Elves. Because every time I see a Pro Elf team, they're smashed. They get smashed, they get broken. They're in pieces by the end of the season. I'm just like, oh my god. I congratulate anybody who can play them. But, I think I'd rather play Ogres.
I think, this is one of the best matchups for Underworld because, you are getting a lot of SPP from injuries because of the low armor of the Pro Elves. And Underworld are usually in a position when they're really low team value, they're shit basically, they're not doing anything special. As soon as they get level ups and get a really higher TV, then they start to become dangerous. So it's really good that Missu pulls off a win here with low team value. Underworld. This is really good for him. This is a real good situation, and if he can continue doing that and level his team, he could actually beat Ufasek or the other favorite that we have on our list for the top 3. Or top 2.
Yeah, I mean the Elf Bomb. The good thing for them is they did get some XP though, so that's good. They got 14 XP themselves as well, so at least they got some XP in the game. And like I said, the coach of the Underworld has a reputation of being very good, so maybe it's not that bad. I mean, I love watching Elven Union play, but I just every time I see them, they just get broke, and it's so depressing. And I'm sure when they've got all the skills and that, they're all right, but it's getting in there, isn't it? That's the problem.
That's one of the big reasons I try to avoid elves, because I'm usually you could see me as an agility coach, but I never kind of play elves, and it's because they kind of lack the aggression that the other races have that are also quite agility based, like Skaven or humans in a certain sense, because humans are a bit of a hybrid, but I still do a lot of agility plays with them. But they have more bash power in them in some way, and the elves are really missing out on that. So they really have to play on agility only. It's something some people do and some people can do correctly, and it's difficult, I guess.
Right, next one, Don Bluth's Bedlams versus Victorian Victory, Lizards versus Brett, ended up as a 1-1. So both teams, I presume, will be happy. Similar ball possession. 44 blocks for the Lizards, though, so they got the better of the blocks. But ironically, even though they threw another 17 blocks, they still end up with 2 KOs each and 1 injury each. So, a bit of fisticuffs there, but mainly pillows. XP wise, not great. Siva, we want to call it, or Kira, how we would pronounce it, got 8 points for the Lizards and 2 for Sharptooth, and 10 points for the Victorian Victory as well. Again, I didn't see this game, so there's not much I can say about it, apart from obviously the Lizard got the best of the bash on the blocks. But not a bad result. Both teams would have thought they had a chance. Obviously, the Brets with the Douglas that would have helped them. So, a draw is alright, I think. It's
one of the first draw that we were discussing. There's a lot of draws in the schedule generally. I think people were a bit careful for the first match day. They didn't really want to extend themselves to get the victory. I haven't seen this game either, so I can't really tell much about it. But it's definitely something where the Lizardmen dominated the blocking field. So I think the Birds are quite happy with the draw generally.
Yeah. It was a solid draw, and both teams can go forward on that. And like I said, there was a lot of draws. The next one was a draw as well. Winged Adversaries versus Black Death Buccaneers. Top of the head, early Chaos against Elves. Yeah, Chaos will probably take that, to be fair. 1-1. Not much carnage. Oh, there was a kill though.
No, I've checked this game.
Oh, right.
And this was kind of textbook game of well, the Chaos having the ball first half.
Yeah.
And you saw some classic like one blitz hit and then retreating again. So they were both really careful. Like the Chaos team was setting up their cage, of course, but the Elf team wasn't really committed. Move in and pressure the ball carrier. They were just blitzing side of the cage and then moving back again. And they were just elf screening it off.
Yeah.
And they had a really good screen for turn 8. But then one of the Chaos blitzed a part of the elf screen. He got an injury out of that, and then the guy that had the ball went through with a 67% dodge. So like 2 50% dodges and 1 67% dodge, and he scored.
Wow.
So like that was a bit insane.
Yeah.
After that, the elves just did the same thing basically. They just started up. They just built up the game, the drive slowly, and they scored at the end. And it's kind of a classic 1-1 grind. It sounds a bit boring if I say it like that, but both coaches played correctly. I can't really add anything to that.
Yeah, I mean the ball possession speaks volumes, 43% and 56%. So that's good. I mean they both obviously wanted to get to a good start. They both got to a good start. They didn't lose. They both got a point. Move forward from that. SPP wise, the Elves got more. Only just though, I think. But they got 11. The Buccaneers got 10. It's not bad. First hit out, and hopefully they'll be able to build on that.
I think the Chaos were quite happy with the draw there, seeing that the turn 8 situation was very difficult there.
Yeah.
But he got away with it, so yeah, he'll be happy with the draw, and they'll be looking forward for the next game, maybe to get the win and to get into the top of the leaderboard, of course.
Yeah. Well, this next result didn't surprise me. New York Pilanders versus Major Annoyances. Annoyances, yet again, get a draw. Orcs put in 16 armor breaks, what included 4 KOs and 2 injuries. And only 1 armor break for the Rats, so it feels like everything went against them. But guess what? They still found a way to get a draw. And that's, like we said in the first game, where he got the snot kicked out of him as well. But he didn't get the draw, because he tried too hard at the back where, we know what Hazard does. He's like, you know what? We're still going to score. You can beat the crap out of us. I'm still going to make sure I get a draw on this. And that's what he did. He only had the ball 31%, so he was not messing. He was like, I'll score, boom, get a draw.
I'll tell you one thing. I've seen this game as well.
Oh, well, there you go then. Tell us.
So, like, you had the Orcs, and the Orcs at the first half, it was their drive, they were receiving.
Mm-hmm.
And they were outdashing the Skaven a little bit, a minor bit.
Right.
And they managed to score on turn 8. And then the Reds came with their one-turner. It succeeded. He got through with the one-turner and he scored the 1-1.
Yeah.
And then the situation was there where the Skaven didn't have a lot of players. Same situation as Saryu had. And he decided to score really early.
Yeah.
And the Orcs had to spend the rest of the drive coming back to play the 2-2 draw, and that's what they did.
Yeah.
The Hazard couldn't get anything more out of that. Like, he couldn't get anything more out of it than the draw, so he had to score early, and he couldn't really defend the rest of the drive.
But I'm guessing.
He tried, but
I'm guessing that if he tried to stall that second half, he would have probably won. I mean, so it would have got a draw.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think with the numbers being there, he was at a disadvantage, so he had to be really careful about what he was doing, of course. And that's the thing with Skaven. Like, you gotta have a judgment call in the second half, like, okay, do I score early or do I wait a few turns, or what do I do? And I think he scored the third or the fourth turn of the second half. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But then the Orcs were fast enough.
That was good enough to get him the draw, wasn't it? And the thing is, Hazard does play a lot of rats, so he's experienced in them. So it didn't surprise me. I had a chuckle when I saw this. Oh look, a draw! But oh look, he got bashed to crap, but he still got a draw.
I think the draw was the most he could get out of it. So he took what he could get, and that's a good thing for him. And it's not bad for the Orcs either. Like skating are always a bit of a threat if the armor dice aren't working, and the armor dice worked for him, but getting a draw is never bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Orcs, you're quite happy. I mean, you get the draw, so you didn't lose, and you got yourself a nice bit of XP as well. You got 15 XP. It's good. It's really good. And 13 XP for the Nines as well. So, I think both will be happy with that. To be honest, I think so.
Quite happy.
Anyway, guess what? The next one, Kislev Syndrome versus In Memoriam. That ended up as a draw as well, 1-1. Interesting one, because Kislev, they can be sneaky buggers, jumping in and taking the ball a lot. Did you see this one or not?
No, I haven't seen this one. I think the matchup is quite interesting because, like, I kind of feel the undead have some good defensive skills. Like the ghoul has block here, for example, and dodge. So it's hard to get the ball off him. But the big downside for undead is most of the players are really slow. So they have to cage up early, and then they have to push progressively forward. But because they have really slow players, they're not getting forward quickly. So there's a lot of chances for the Kislev to just hop in and try to get the ball. So yeah, on a bit favorable dice for the Kislev, that could have been a win for the Kislev if the dice are a bit normal and they're not like quite unlucky. The draw is quite expectable.
Yeah, I mean the thing was the undead did 7 knockouts and 1 injury, so that's 8 players. So I suppose the Kislev did well to get a draw with. To be fair, maybe they got it early, it scored, and before the carnage happened, but. Again, another 1-1, not bad. A decent amount of XP again, so that's a good thing. I mean, 13 XP for Kislev, and then for the undead you've got 11. So it's not too bad. Not many injuries flying about in this player pool, so development shouldn't be a problem for most of these teams. So.
Nah, it's for the Kislev. It's the same as the Underworld that we just discussed. Like they need some levels to really be effective. So we'll see them being effective around half of the season or a bit past half of the season, and then they're gonna be a real threat,
Yeah.
But in the meantime, they just gotta keep building and they gotta develop the players, and everything that's not a loss is kind of a victory for them. So this is a good result for the Kislev in general.
Yeah. Finally, Bloody Sinful 2, the Barking Guard 0. So the biggest win of the week goes to them pesky Dark Elves. And it's ironically, every time we do recaps, me and you, Dark Elves always seem to do really, really well, don't they? In the player pools we do. So maybe this is a lucky omen for the Bloody Sinful as well. 2-0 now.
Well, I do remember. I do remember, like last season, we were recapping Division 3 or something, and Andy was dominating like most of the season with Dark Elves. Yeah. And then at the end, they couldn't make the playoffs, and they ended up in the Challengers, I believe.
I think he got to the semi-final. I think he did.
Of the Challengers, yeah. So that's something that he did really well, but like. During the season, you saw him hampering, and that's something that happens with us with Dark Elves for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is a good result for the Dark Elves, like 2-0.
Yeah.
They'll be happy about that.
Yeah, and the really scary thing is, all we had was 1 KO for the Elves and 2 KOs for the Necro. Really, like pancakes. Not really hitting each other at all. Well, it's very, very. I don't know, boring game on the casualty front. Bloody Simple, 50% ball possession, so I like how he controlled it. So that was good. And he got 2 passes and 2 catches, so he got some XP for that as well.
And there's a decent amount of blocks, so I would be thinking like Armor 8 did his job there, because like most players on the field there are Armor 8 on both teams, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the Blue Sinful got 13 points, so that was good. But Barkingard only got 5 points. And that was the MVP. What's not great, but at least it was only goal, so it wasn't a waste of an MVP. But yeah, bad day at the office for Barkingard, who didn't really get anything. So that was week 1. Now before we look at we'll look at the leaderboard. The problem is that some teams have already played week 2 already.
Yes, some teams went early. They have to wait for a recap. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
we had to do it today, so like there were some like we've been quite busy, so we had to do it a bit later. But anyway, looking at the leaderboard, we see well two coaches I kind of expect to be there.
Yeah.
And I according to my prediction and your prediction, we'll see Hazard joining up there as well.
Yeah.
But everything can happen still, of course. It's like really early in the season.
Yeah.
And I don't expect too many big gaps yet. So we'll just have to wait and see how this match or how this week goes.
Yeah. Obviously, we won't be looking at these games. So it's going to be awkward this because we're now going to have a look at the teams, and Crystal's going to tell us what happened in week 1. What did people lose? What skills? Now we understand there might be another skill ups. This week what have been taken, but we're not going to talk about them. We're just going to talk about what we can see. So let's get on with it. First team, Don Bluth's Bedlams. Anything happened to these guys?
In match day 1, they had no level ups.
No injuries or nothing. Marvelous.
No injuries, nothing special.
Yeah. 150. They got 150k though. So do you know what? I'd be looking between a reroll, because hey, I hate 2 rerolls, or a bench. I don't know about you.
I absolutely agree, of course, but I'm not sure what to pick. Like I kind of like the reroll, but I think the bench is kind of vital as well. Like having that 12 player. Because you're walking around with 4 players with 7 armor and stunty, of course.
Yeah.
So there's quite a big chance that you're gonna lose a player. So it's a difficult decision to make, but it's a luxury decision. So that's the good part about it, I guess.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. I think he's just played the 1 game this season, hasn't he? So
he'll be able to probably get both after the second game. Like if he gets a reroll and then plays this game and then gets a skinky, he'll have both.
Yeah. Right, winged adversaries then. What happens to them in week 1? Anything?
Number 4 leveled up. Hecate.
Yeah, and I took dodge. So yeah, that's a solid choice. I would have picked that as well. To be fair. Really nice pick that is. He's obviously played this week as well, so he got a draw first week, 1 second week, so he's got a nice bit of momentum. So he'll be extremely happy where he is.
It's basically what you get with almost every high elf, isn't it? Like getting dodge early and then you develop from there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good. Again, we usually go into more in depth when there's more to talk about. Not really much to talk about apart from we do like the dodge on the catcher, 3 rerolls, apothecaries, got all the ticks there, and this might be a team to watch. They're doing all right. They're certainly doing all right so far.
Yeah, I liked what I saw. I mean, like the match that they played in was, like I said, was because the positional thing was like normal. There wasn't really any overcommitment or anything. Or any commitment, but the screens were really good positionally, and he played a good positional game. So that's how you can win games.
Yeah.
So if you keep winning games, just play boring games and win the games. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Right. New York Pelanders, did they lose anything or get any levels?
No changes at all.
Yeah, I like this team. Quite a bit of mighty blow. Got tackle on there as well, Josh Bailey. Leader, well, yeah, might as well pull through for now because
I think based on the teams, this is the most threatening team of the division.
Yeah.
Like early on, you're looking at the most threatening team of the division, and it's gonna be a real battle to get some result out of it, which makes the draw from the Skaven even more impressive, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, this team I think will be there or thereabouts. I can see it being worst case scenario mid-table, but really should be pushing for the playoffs. I'm sure he will. So yeah, good solid team, and he's got a bench as well. So I'm really impressed with that team. Indeed, the Port Kislev lost week 2, but what happened week 1? Did they lose anything or any skills or anything?
No, they didn't. Nothing happened basically. So no left webs, no injuries. So that was pretty good.
Yeah. 11 players. Like I say, it's nothing superb yet. And block on both the blitzers is nice. And movement and dodge on John Wayne, the catcher.
Oh, wait.
Oh, what?
I'm sleeping. We're talking about Kislev syndrome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, number 6 has a left web. There we go. Sorry.
Dear me.
Uh,
So number 6, yeah, it's a good choice, dodge. I always think on your ball players, dodge first.
Yeah,
Especially on the
and I particularly like that catcher because if things go wrong and you can't really steal the ball, there's also an option to get the one-turner, and with him having leap, the one-turner is getting way easier.
Yeah.
Like he can just leap over the last line of defense and then he can just score.
Yeah.
So this is an amazing player to have for Kislev.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. It's really good.
I would hope he's gonna get another left foot quick, and then he can get something like block to cement him and make sure he's staying alive on the field, because that's gonna be really important. Yeah.
So a draw and then a loss, but don't worry about it. It's all about team development. Trust me, from a guy who did well in divisions, doing well in divisions with a very new team is terrible. You want to just go under the radar, build a really, really, really cool team in a couple of seasons, then go and kick ass. Like I said, Kislev are good. And the only thing I have against Kislev, there's 2 things I have against Kislev. One, they seem to break really like they've got AV6, and 2, and like they've been coded wrong, And 2, God, TV wise, they are so expensive, really expensive. But this guy's smart. He hasn't got the bear, so.
The funny thing is with Kislev, I see people using different builds. Like I said, might have said before. Some people use 2 catchers, some people use 4 catchers. I'm a wildfucker that uses 4 catchers and tries to.
I love catchers.
Get the ball that way. Some people just use 2 catchers and then just add up blitzers and that kind of thing. Blitzers are the questionable player in the team, because like they are really expensive for what they're worth, and then they don't have any block or anything at the start, so some people don't even buy the blitzers and just generally go with
when I look at Kislev, I'm like, I so want to play Kislev. I so want to play him, because I'm thinking, they're expensive, blitzers are expensive, but they do come up with jump up, they do come up with diving tackle, give them block, and then you set one as a killer and all that sort of stuff, and then the catches are just amazing. They are strength 2, but they can leap. They got long legs, so they're jumping about on a 2+ everywhere they want to go. And I'll be like you. Eventually I'd have 4 catches, because I'm basically trying to hunt that double for them guard. So then they jump in, someone else jumps in, and get the ball loose. I love the way with Kislev. Nobody's ever safe, because everyone can leap in.
It's a really fun team to play. I actually qualified with them a season ago, I think. Like qualified with Kislev, I had 4 days left to play a league, and in the league, and I decided to go from 0-0 Kislev to a really high score Kislev in 2 days. I was really committed, and it's a really fun team to play. But at the same time, it can be so freaking frustrating when you have an easy chance and you're leaping in and the leap fails or something else fails. Where you're like, dear God, it's just a simple 1 and 9, and you're not doing it. What's wrong with it, And it can happen over and over in a game, and you just wanna throw your PC out of the window, basically. It's that horrible.
But I think they are good. I mean, like I said, your blitzers are all movement 7, your catchers are movement 7. Your lineman, to me, he's built the lineman right. Just give them bloody wrestle. He gave block to the guard piece, and I understand why he gave that, so I totally get that. He's building it well. This team is built nicely. I'm impressed the way he's picked his skills. I would have probably done exactly the same as he's done. He just needs a bit more luck now, doesn't he? I mean, like I said, for week 1 he had 7 knocked out and 1 injured. So, and that's the thing what puts me off with Kislev, because he always seems to get, like, I honestly believe they've coded this wrong. They're supposed to have coded them to have AV8, but some smart ass has coded it out at AV5, AV6, because they just break. You know, they just break more than anything. I hope.
Also the lack of things like sure hands, where you totally rely on popping the ball and trying to steal the ball. You know, like they're not really, and that's the whole thing with Kislev. Like also with the armor breaking, of course, but also the it's not that easy to pick up the ball, and even if you throw the ball, like the players have diving catch, which is a +1 on any on target ball, so that's great. But they don't have catch, so for everything you need a bloody reroll.
Yeah.
And that's something that can really break you up, because if you already use a reroll in a turn, it's suddenly really uncertain that you're gonna be able to process the ball like you want to, you know? Like it's,
so then you then you have to use your skills, don't you, to get these like basic skills, like maybe a catch for a catcher, or you know a show hands for obviously
Yeah, but then again, if you get things like catch or sure, you're missing out on block or dodge.
Yeah.
That's so annoying. So that's the whole thing with Kislev. They have leap and all that fancy stuff, but they miss some core skills that other races do have, and that's why people say like, well, fuck it, I'm not gonna play Kislev.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a race that's more, how do you say it, like more consistent in what they do.
Yeah.
And this is just, if you play Kislev, it's basically a big lottery about how your dice roll, you know.
Yeah. Right, Bloody Sinful got off to a good win, biggest win of the week, 2-0. Anything happened to them?
Number 12, Alta Run.
Yeah.
Got a level up.
So Blood.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I kind of feel like there's a lack of wrestle strip ball witches in the division, in Rebel in general, because every time I see a witch self level here, I see them go block and that kind of thing. I don't see them go the route of actually trying to be a stripper, you know.
A stripper like you, eh? I think it's because they don't want them on the floor, so they get a boot in the face. That's probably why.
Well, you could say that, but like I feel if any player should be something like that, it should be this player, because they also have jump up, so that would really work well with wrestle, you know, like you wrestle that player down and you still have to. So I'm quite surprised nobody. I understand your point of view there in that kind of thing, but I'm kind of surprised nobody is actually committing to it. Because you have 2 witches generally, like you could get at some point you could get a second witch, and you could go with one with block and one with strip ball.
See,
you know,
I think he may be going to start using this as maybe the TD machine. You know, the one who's going to score all the TDs maybe as well. Because they're a bit, you know, movement 7, dodge, blodge, gotta love it. But yeah, I mean, like I say, you could have another witch, and the other witch could be built differently. Or, you know, you could do what I do, just get wrestle and get leap on a lineman and just jump him in and go, well, he's only a lineman, if whatever happens will happen.
You could also give him block and then just go get the double and then just go juggernaut strip ball, you know? Like, that's also an option. Like, there's multiple options in there that works as a stripper as well. But I don't see them do that often. So it's quite interesting how people view it differently from how I see these players.
But that's the good thing, is when everyone does them differently. Now, probably the worst performance in week 1, SP wise, that is, was Barkengard. Only ended up with 5 points of MVP. But did they lose anything or anything at all?
Nothing happened. So
they still got they got a strength 4 wolf. In the other recap we did, there was a strength 4 wolf and he leveled up and got strength again, so he's a strength 5 wolf. And anyone who follows my shows know that I come across as always getting the worst divisions, and I feel like I got the worst division in Rebel this season. In the MML, what's another private league I'm in, Next week, I'm going up against Strength 5, Agility 4, Mighty Blow Wolf. Strength 5? Yeah. So, yeah, it's...
That's gonna be a lot of
Oh,
fun.
yeah, absolutely. But I'm Nurgle, and we're going to kill it. But, yeah...
Foul it every turn is down.
Oh,
That's
I
that's
told
the
him.
that's
I
the
told
big
him.
tip.
If I get my hands on that, I am going to break it because that sort of piece could run through your team. But if you break that piece, he hasn't got much more, stuff. So it's all eggs in one basket sort of thing.
Yeah.
But regarding this, hopefully this week will be better for him. He's only played the one game, hasn't he? Or has he played? Oh, he's played two. So obviously he played against them Underwell and lost that as well. So it's a bit of a tough start for him. Lost 2 already. But the team's alright. It seems okay. He's got guard on the white. Obviously strength 4 wolves are lovely. And he's got block on the other wolf. Bit of agility on that Sadie. So I think that must have leveled this week because he was on 5 XP last week. So we'll talk about the agility next week. So that might help him in week 3. So yeah, hopefully week 3 things will change for him because we've seen it before when we've done recaps where teams will start off slowly and then get better as it goes along. Right then, good old thank you parents, Lassis and his in memoriam of the lovable thank you parents. So what happened to this guy then?
I think he got a level up. Let me check really quick. 2 level ups.
Ooh.
Even number 5, Hardy.
Ooh, and he got strength
number
up.
7. He got a strength up on the Blitzer.
Mm.
So that's really good, isn't it?
Absolutely. And then number 7 Ghoul got Blodge. Interesting, he's gone Blodge on all 3 Ghouls. I don't like that. I think at least one of them, probably 2 of them, should have had Wrestle. Because they should be the ball sackers. Don't know about you.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. There's no sense into making all 3 ghouls the same. Like I kind of compare the undead ghouls with the gutter runners from Skaven.
Yeah.
Like you gotta build them a little bit differently with each of them.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't go one way with them. Like it's I don't know. You might think about like adding strip on one of them later on, even if he has block, but it's gonna be less effective.
Yeah.
He should have gone wrestle.
Yeah, obviously he's played his week 2 game, he lost that one, so he's standing on 1 point so far, but still playing time to go. I mean, Blodge is good, it'll protect him a lot of the time, but it doesn't offer you any sort of ball retrieval, and that is the major problem. Who's getting the ball loose? Nobody in this team is going to get the ball loose. There's no tackle, there's no wrestle, there's no strip ball, there's nothing.
Well, yes, he has 3 mighty blow players, so maybe he's just expecting to just outbash everything.
Two of them are movement 3, so you're gonna, if you've got sense, you're gonna leave them alone. Say bye, see you later. So you've only got Doctor You, and if you can take Doctor You out, then they've got nothing left. So as blunt as it is, you've got to. I always think when I'm creating a team or when I'm battling against an opponent, is I want to make it as most uncomfortable for my opponent as possible. I want him to think that, oh my god, if I go down the side, he's got friends of peace who could friends me. If I don't position well, he's got something who can get the ball or jump in. Or if I leave a good player out, he's got a mighty blow claw piece or something scary what can beat him up. Oh my god, he's got a dirty player, better be careful I don't get stamped on. Asking all these questions to your opponent to make it as uncomfortable as possible. I think a lot of it is in the mind, and if you can do stuff like that, then that gets pressure on them. Then they might play KG, then they might make the mistake. But even if you do that against it with this team, there's nothing there. So, to me, I wouldn't be scared playing this team. But in defense though, this is a newish team. This is only 1200. So, for a 1200 team, this is very, very good. But I just don't like 7, 8, and 9 being the triplets.
No, that's true. Like the same skills there isn't that good. That being said, like the added strength from the white does give some extra options. Yeah. Like you could give the white frenzy later on, and he could based on opponents. So like there are some options opening up for him because of that strength 4 player. So that's turn is something really good.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is them done, and let's hope they can do good. But yeah, strength 4 is really, really good. And like I said, just 7, 8, 9 should have been a bit more, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Here's your favourite team. The major annoyances. Hazard did it again. He pulled a draw from the depths of Loserville. What happened in week 1? Did he get any level ups or anything like that?
No level ups and no permanent injuries either. So like,
all good then.
good progress.
Yeah. Avalanche. I tell you what, if he could get Claw, beautiful. Oh god,
I think
you know.
I think the thing that's really good for him here is that all 4 the gutter runners here already have a protective skill. They either have block or wrestle.
Yeah.
So like, it's already getting way harder for the opponent to get the gutter runners down. It's really looking like a good team already for its team value. And also the 5 agility is gonna help a lot. Like, it can help with one turning, it can help with anything really. So this is already quite a good team. I do expect these guys to be high up in the division at the end of the season if nothing dies.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed with him against Lawrence last season. He was just bloody amazing. And like I said, with a team like this, I expect him to not lose many. It wouldn't even surprise me if he went the full season and didn't lose one. You know, because he always finds a way of getting something, and this
is why I tipped him as our top favorite for the division. Just looking at his team is just really good, and he's just also a good coach. So
he's very good.
I can't see it. I can't see it go wrong, unless some mega death comes in or something.
And the good thing as well, I suppose, for Rats is because it's obviously all these teams are developing. There's not going to be this mass killage out there, so the AV7 should hold up a bit better if it's not getting hit by a mighty blow 24/7. So, but oh man, if Avalanche can get himself some claw, that would be beautiful for this team. To be able to hit back.
Yeah, definitely. Like the Stormvermin still needs some development, and if he has a chance to make a pass with them or even score with them, he should definitely do that. But his main focus should be on winning the games. Of course, I do see him as a favorite. He should keep winning his game, and if things are in a way like if he's like 2-0 ahead or something, and he can safely do plays and is allowed to fill them, then he should definitely level up his Stormvermin.
13 players as well, perfect. Bench of 2.
13 players is always the amount I go with Skaven. Like, I think above 13 is a bit too much sometimes. 13 is a good number.
Right.
Just for the subs.
Black Death Buccaneers. Any level ups or deaths or carnage on this team?
Yeah, I gotta congratulate this team because it has the first death of the season.
What? Chaos?
Number 8.
Number 8. Miney Beard.
Mightigor is dead, and he replaced it with Miney Beard.
Oh right, he lost one. So his guy died.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought Chaos killed someone. So this poor guy died.
I'm congratulating him with the first death of the season that he sustains. So that he is the official. His game was the official game where, the only game where a player died, and it was his player.
Oh well.
So it's the first death of the season.
But he's got a replacement, so he's happy. Any level ups?
Yeah, number 10 for Armagor, and I really like that choice. 2 heads.
Yeah.
With a sure hands player.
Yeah, it's something I've done a lot. When I've played Chaos or Nurgle, is that it's like show hands. I always like show hands, but you know what? I also like 2 hits because it's like I feel a lot more obviously confident dodging around a 2+ than the bloody 3+. So I think he gives him a lot more maneuverability. Obviously, if I roll a double, I get dodge next. Failing that, get block and then whatever else you need. But I do like that choice. I really do.
I also think like generally looking at this team, I think opponents will be really praising him early in the season because like looking at the situation, he doesn't have too much block yet, like some Chaos Warriors have blocked. But the Beastman, for example, with Mighty Blow and Stringers is a really good piece as well. Doesn't have as soon as the block on those players, it's gonna be quite a dangerous team. So yeah, if you're in the division, you hope to face these guys as early as possible.
Yeah, and like I said, it did really well to get the draw, I thought, week 1. And obviously the Elves have won since, so that's impressive. So can't wait to see what it does week 2. Now then, how many more teams have got left? Still a few more to go. Victorian victory! The Bretonians, who have 10 players, so that's not good.
10 picks.
Yep.
No left web, no MNG, so nothing happened there.
So something must have happened in week 2 then, is it? Or did they just come in with... Oh, they must have just come in with 10 players. I like the dirty play on Alana. That's what I would take as well. Definitely got a dirty play on Alana. Basically, the rest of No Frills has got Blodge on number 2. And obviously Might Blow on number 1. So this is a very, very basic team at the moment. But Lisa's got all his wrestle pieces. Lisa's got all his blitzes. He's got a nice, dangerous dirty player. And he has 3 rerolls and apothecaries. So the base is solid. There's a solid foundation, I think.
Almost solid. He needs about 30 more K in gold, and then he can buy 2 peasants. So he's got a reserve bench, and then he can really go ham. Yeah. So like it's waiting for that and hoping that nothing else gets. If he just plays the next game and he gets that 30K, he's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Very good indeed. And obviously week 1 he got a draw as well, so hopefully this time round he will do well. Like I say, when there's a bit more to talk about them, we will talk about these more in depth when we go further through the season. The Elf Bomb then, Triago's team got mauled in week 1. Please tell me I haven't played again. No, it hasn't, but by Jove, look at the amount of right crosses. You can tell it's a pro elf team. So I've got a well, you tell me. I know what we've got here, but you tell me what happened to the Elf Bomb.
Well, it's a nice amount of injuries.
Yep.
We've had 3 MNGs.
Yep.
So we're looking at number 5, number 12, Katsu, and number 13, Brock. And then we have a minus armor on, which was number 11, Sorende, but he moved it to number 14.
Yeah.
Which he belongs now because he's the most crippled player.
Yeah, he's a nobody. Get him away from the team.
Exactly.
This is it. We see this all the time, don't we? We always have a pro team in one of the divisions, and they're always broken.
Well, yeah, but this looks worse than it is because like it's still only MNGs, so those players can come back next game, and nothing much to worry about. It's only the minus armor player.
Yeah, but he's only a Lana, isn't he? He's only a Lana, so who cares about Lana?
Yeah. So it's not that bad. The only thing that's really standing out that isn't that good is the 0 on the goal. So like if something happens, he'll be in tons of trouble. But let's hope nothing happens.
Yeah.
And then he'll be fine, you know.
Yeah, I agree. It's number 1's 2 points off a level up, so he's pretty close. And I think Pog has a big season ahead of him if they're to do well. He needs to do. He's the only blodger they've got. Obviously, Never Steel Catch. Gotta love that. Hopefully, I'm hoping the pros do well because it'd be nice to see a pro team actually do well, survive, and not have about 8 players crippled by the end of the season.
Yeah, I think you say like the Blitz is close to leveling up. I think the most important thing is the 2 linemen there that are really close to leveling up. If he can make 2 passes with them, they both have touch. Yeah. So definitely get those 2 leveled up, and then you have a nice start to get into.
The mining machine return. Ubisak is back, and by Jove, this looks a lot better than I saw it in the pre-cap. Obviously, he's played 2 games. He's won the second game. Dollar bills, y'all. My shares go up.
I've already seen part of the second game, so I have to relook at it because I was ordering Chinese food at the moment I was talking about, but we're not talking about that. You were ordering
Chinese instead of watching UV. That's disgraceful. Disgraceful. I never do that to you, UV. I never do that to you. Hey,
the red king needs to eat.
Well, yeah, but not when UV's playing. I'll tell you what. No wonder he saw the first game, UV, and he thought you'd scored in the bloody first half. I saw about 4 times of that game, and guess what? I knew more about that bloody game seeing them 4 times than he did in the full freaking game.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Don't know what he's been smoking. Probably what he was doing. He was doing one of his sexy boy lap dances to his clients while he was on in the background. That's what he was doing, UV. It's all right. I'll have you covered, buddy.
Just bad memory. You know something about bad memories,
Yeah,
right?
but I'm old. You're not. I'm bloody 43. You're what, 31? I've got 12 years on you. My memory's getting better than yours. Dear me, I tell you. Good old UV as well. He wanted you to recap this division as well, and you're more interested in Chinese instead of watching his bloody thing. Disgraceful. I still love you, UV. Remember that. I still love you. I'm your favourite.
I bought his shares as well, to be fair. Anyway, level 5, number 5 leveled up, number 6 leveled up, and number 10 leveled up. So number 5, Barik Iron Bark.
Mighty blow,
Iron back.
and strength. Not bad, eh?
Yeah, Marhak Dying Feet and number 10, Cox Giant Claw. Right? So yeah, those 3. Yeah, definitely looking good.
Looking a lot better now.
Yeah, it's a bit funny to see like that both the startups went to the Hobgoblins. That's usually the place you don't really want them to be.
I did. I mean, obviously my Hobgoblin catcher got killed in the first game, but I like Hobgoblin ball carriers because I believe in ball centaurs should do other stuff.
I'm not saying you shouldn't take them. I'm saying like still like a plus edgy Hobgoblin is. You can imagine a plus edgy Bull Centaur.
Oh no!
Also having
no, Edgy on a board. Don't start this shit. Bloody they're not there to prance about and dance about. If they want to do that, give them fucking break tackle.
Or plus strength on a Chaos Dwarf blocker.
Now we're talking. Now we were back in the real world. Yeah. Strength on a Bull Centaur or strength on a blocker. I'll take that. Agility? No, not agility.
But I'm even the agility, because like my point is,
go on.
You are playing with armor 7 pieces, so like it's nice to have the statups on them, but they're frail at the same time. So if they get hit, you lose more value than having them on the armor 9 players, and that's the thing I'm thinking about. Like
gut runners are only strength 2 and AV7.
Yeah, but everything is AV7 with me, but that's a different story.
What's that got? Yeah, but this guy, he can get protected by all these big, burly, beefy, bearded men and two guys who don't know if they're human or bloody horse. You know?
Of course, but it. How do I explain it? It is. What you're saying is kind of the same thing, but it does. I would have preferred it on the strength 9 pieces, same as I would have preferred the strength up on an AVA Storm Vermin instead of an AV7 Gutter Runner.
I get that. So I do get what you're saying regarding the strength. I mean, obviously that Hobgoblin, I don't think it's that bad if they can get them developed. I quite like the skills because I don't know. I just do. It's a lot though. I mean, the agility I like more than the strength. I'll be honest. I mean, an agility Hobgoblin, give him block, try and get dodge, blodge agility 4. God love it.
It's really nice to have. I'm not saying you shouldn't take it. Like it's nice to have. But if I really had to make a choice, then I prefer them on the AV9. Like I know I'm complaining about stuff that he can't help because he's rolling level up dice and he can't really change anything about level up dice. But I'm just saying, like, if you want them anywhere, you want them on the AV9. But this is really nice. I just hope they stay on the field. That's the only thing.
I tell you what though, 2 wins out of 2. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Definitely.
He's on a roll. We may pick another winner this year.
We're making money.
No, I like it. I don't understand how it works, but I like it. All I know is if my teams win, they make me money, and that's all what matters. So good on you, be done for me.
Not real money, of course. Don't worry, we won't send him off to you guys if you.
It's not real money. I was told it was real money.
just to make sure, because else people will feel really bad if they lose, of course.
Right. So if we make them believe it's real money, you know, the guys we put shares in, they'll feel real bad if we lose money. So don't you think that means they'll try harder to win? That makes us money.
I think they'll be really afraid that we'll send hitmen on them. You know, like if they lose too many games. So it's probably not the best idea.
We'll just send Quig around and say, "You fucking with my shures, man! You fucking with my shores. That's what we'll do.
I can see him already in a hitman outfit and with knuckle braces.
Knocking on the door, and they think they're gonna get sniped or something. He just puts his finger on, going, "You fucking with my shores, man! Stop it! Fucking with my shores!"
Yeah.
And then just casually walks away. No, he didn't do it. Just casually walk away. Fuck you, man! Fuck with my shores! Fuck you! And he goes off. Can you just imagine it?
Okay.
Kicking a can as he goes by, or something like that. God damn that man! Fuck with my shores.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to see you be doing well.
Nah, we're friendly.
Yeah.
No violence.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just lost you a bit there for some bizarre reason. I think Quiggy destroyed the internet as well.
I said we're a family-friendly show, so no violence or anything suggested here. So it's up.
What do you mean not? It's not suggested. You just said we're going to get a hitman on someone who loses. How the hell can you come out with that? It's a family show, but if you fuck my shares up, I'm sending a hitman around to take care of you. Only joking though. Wink, wink. Not really. As he shakes his head, shaking his head. The finger slit across the throat section. Don't you dare.
Okay. Fair enough. It's a family-friendly show, so the hitman will wear a clown outfit. There
But
we
he'll
go.
still kill you.
Anyway.
But clowns,
Yeah, still kill you.
most people are scared of clowns. People have got clownophobia, whatever it's really called. You know, you can't say shit like that. There was a serial killer who killed shit with clown faces. Oh man, you quick, go to commercial. Do something before we get in so much trouble. We need some of that elevator music pretty quickly. Anyway, forget what you've just heard. It's now time for the I See Rats and Gobs, who, just like the smart old Ubasek and his Chorfs, they won as well. So they won their second game. So they're looking good.
Mr. Steam. And level 13 leveled up, and he got a really good level up. That's the dream level up.
Agility.
That's the best level up you can possibly get on a throw.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and if he's getting a double,
shit. Go on, yeah.
he's 100% getting dodge if he's getting that double.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have a player that's gonna win games on his own in this team, in a sense. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the development of that thrower.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. I used to run a CCL underworld team, and it had a plus movement, plus agility, plus strength, bludge thrower.
Ooh.
And then my world ended when it died to a random Camry block, because I failed a 1 in 9 before that. So, like, they can be really amazing players, but again, it's AV7, so anything can happen to them, you know. So be careful with it, but definitely try to win games with it.
He obviously has a reputation to be a good coach, and he's already sorted out with 2 wins straight away. So it looks like he'll do well. All the lovable rats are in green as well, bless them. But yeah, a lot of mind blowing there. Block on the troll. I hope 14, 15, 16 will take claw next, because that'll be fun.
Yeah, you have the option to take claw. There's multiple options to go from here. Like you can go claw, you can go tentacles, which is also quite interesting. And you can get guard.
Claw.
Those are the options.
No, they're not. Claw. I want a team that just kills everything, so I can fall in love with them. You know, claw.
Yeah.
Kill them all. You can get guard later on. You don't need guard if you kill all the team.
I don't think Misu needs any advice.
I know he doesn't, but I'm still gonna say claw.
Generally doesn't. But my piece of advice would be like, just take a look at how fast the Skaven Blisters develop, and if the Skaven Blisters both get claw already, think about getting a different skill on the troll.
Ugh. No, just say claw. Don't listen to him. He doesn't want you to say claw because you made up against him, and he's scared of claw and mighty blow. He's trying to fit.
No, I'm saying he definitely could take claw. It's the biggest thing to get. But if both blisters are developed, you could consider something else. It's something you could still take it, of course, like, but for the utility kind of sake,
I think
Definitely
he's
think about.
probably a really good coach who's very sensible, and we'll probably see guard and tackle or some shit like that. I think he'll just ignore. He'll on the
blitzes.
blitzes. Yeah, he'll ignore my ramblings for Claw probably. But maybe,
No, I'll steam take Claw in the on the blitzes generally. Like
I would,
people generally go
because
Claw.
you're gonna lose goblins, so you need to try and keep up with the attrition rate.
But definitely, like I'm just saying this all the time, but definitely look at the Skaven thrower. Keep following the Skaven thrower because he's gonna be a big deal in this team.
Yeah.
The only thing that surprises me is that when I play Underworld, I usually go full out on the Skaven. Like I buy every Skaven player that there is because like they're all 3 strength,
Yeah.
and the goblins are 2 strength.
Yeah.
And I'm missing a Skaven thrower here. You see it?
Yeah. Maybe you lost it. You know?
I can't imagine. Like I haven't seen anything happen to it. So maybe you already played the game and lost it. The second. But usually you go with all the positionals from the Skaven that you can get. So I'm wondering why he doesn't have the second Skaven thrower. But I would advise him to get it because like else you're just wandering with another.
Or maybe something happened to it in week 2. Maybe I can't actually remember. He has played again, so he might have lost it.
Yeah, he could have.
Right, final team then.
But yeah, anyway.
Oh, go on. You go and say something else.
No. I just wanted to move on to the next team. So we're thinking about along the same line. That's good.
Final team, Zarat. Not a good start for these poor old rats. They've lost both their games so far. 2-1 to the Mighty Machine Return and 1-0 to New York Palanders. What happened week 1?
Number 9 leveled up. El Lapita.
Yeah, got Wrestle. That's a good pick. Anything else?
No, nothing else.
Right.
Generally, I can't really say much about it. It is a good team. I've seen some discussions on Twitch while I was watching the game when Yuffie was playing him, and some people were saying like, is 2+ strength gutter runners really good to have because it will be a bit bloaty, and I'm saying like, well, it's generally for me it's a good thing to have because normally you'd get something like Dauntless for a stripper, or something like Horns when you get a double.
Yeah.
So generally you are already aiming towards getting the 3 strength in some way, or the extra strength in some way. So having a strength up doesn't really affect your TV that much, even if it's 2 strength ups, and he can now alternate those 2 in the build. So he can say like, you know what, I'm gonna go with block with 1 to make him a really solid ball carrier, because it's really difficult to get the ball off 3 strength and bludge, and I'm gonna do wrestle on the other one to make it a really good ball sacker. So this team has a lot of, because of the strength of this team has a lot of potential to do really well.
Yeah. I agree with you. I mean, I've aired a lot on other ones where people don't like the strength up, they say it's too much blow, but you make a very good point. And the thing is, as well, if you roll another double, give it horns, it's strength 4 on the blitz, especially if it comes on your wrestle one.
Yeah.
Give it leap, in it goes, out of the ball loose. And we all know if the ball's loose, the last team you want hunting that loose ball is bloody rats.
Even if he rolls the double and gets something like 2 heads, on the wrestle and on the wrestle piece. He can just dive into the cage with strength 3. That's usually a 1 dice. With strip ball and wrestle, that's gonna be really dangerous.
Yeah.
So like, there's so many reasons to take the strength up that I don't share that opinion from some people at all. So it's good that he went for the strength ups, and I hope he keeps developing his team well. Like you said, if he needs any help or anything, he can always message me, but he kind of knows that. I already contacted him.
Fantastic. Right, so there we go then. That's them all done. We now come to the final bit, and unfortunately we only have 3 games to choose. So what we did on the other recap show, obviously I've got Quigger with me. You have to have a banker's bet. Like I have the Triple B banker, so I've challenged my co-host to have a banker. And his banker's called Quiggy Quick or something like that. One of the streamers got that for him. So you need to give us your banker. Now the problem is we only have 3 games to choose between. So this is going to be tough. And you've got to name it. If you don't name it this week, you've got to name it next week. Or maybe the fans can give you a name to give you for your wonderful Triple B banker. Well, basically, it's our best tip of the week, the one we are really confident what we'll get right. And they seem to always go well for my Triple B banker, usually. And though I can't remember what I picked first week, I hope it was something what won. Let's get on with it then. Don Bluth's Bedlam, that's the Lizards against the Dark Elves. I do believe are bloody sinful. Who wins that one?
The Don Bluth's Bedlams versus Bloody Sinful. Gotta check real quick. I think that the Dark Elves did really good. They impressed me in the first match day, so I think they'll win this one as well.
Yep, I'm going to go for the Bloody Sinful as well. I think they'll win it, maybe 2-1, 2-0 again. I think they'll get it done. The Elf Bomb versus Major Annoyance.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be the Major Annoyance, and let's how do we call your Triple B banker?
Yeah, so we're going to call yours. What can we call yours?
Yeah, that's the Red King's Crown.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. The Red King's
Crown.
Crown.
It's gonna go to Major Annoyance. I'm pretty sure they're gonna win this one. I've been impressed with them last season.
Yeah.
And they're playing a team that's quite damaged. That has a lot of MNGs. That has a lot of loners.
Yeah.
I think. So they'll have a really good chance.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? Triple B banker goes to Major Annoyances. You're welcome.
That's gonna be a bit extreme. I think we curse his team to death now.
He's gonna be watching this back and is going, high five! Or he might say, well, that's a major annoyance. Both the bankers. What can possibly go wrong? Ironically, in the other recap I do, me and Quiggy we both banked the same team in that as well. So it's funny that we both have gone there. But yeah, I pretty much thought we'd both go for the same one, because out of the 3, that to me looks, no offense to the Elf Bomb, will probably now win.
Yeah, but it's to defend our picks. It's when you look at the whole schedule, it's a pretty clear pick, because you have a team, regardless of the strength of the coach, that is missing a lot of players. So it's a weak, so to speak, team for the next game.
Yeah. And
you have a team with a good coach that's been playing a few games as well.
Yeah.
And he has a solid team, so it's a clear choice, and you don't see that with the other games generally.
Yeah,
so in this week, it's pretty expectable.
Yeah. Right, Victorian victory against Black Death Guar Buccaneers. So it is Brets v Chaos. Who wins this one?
You know, I'm a bit of a
Bret
fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Bret phobe. Phobe is when you're scared of Bretonians.
Yeah, you're scared to love them. You love them so much it's scary.
It's Bretophile or something. That's
Bretophile. What, you play with them? Yeah. Dear me, we're getting. You know, we're gonna get in so much trouble. It's only week bloody 1 we've had sending hitmen around if you fuck up with our shares, and now we're on about Bretophiles and all shit. Cut to commercial. We're gonna get some commercials.
It means that you love a certain race.
Oh my god.
It means nothing more than that.
Yeah.
But anyway. We're going for the Brets here. I think, like,
yeah.
If you look at basic Chaos, even if the Chaos have a strength up, so it's a nice looking team. But if you look at basic Chaos, they don't have that many skills compared to the Bretonians. And based on that, I think the Bretonians can pull it off.
Yeah. Let's have a look. I'm just having a quick look. Ugh, God.
Like you see the Bretonians don't have that many skills yet.
Well, they've got more skills than the Chaos. They've got all these wrestle block. Oh,
they have tons of wrestle, tons of block. It's gonna be really hard for the Chaos.
I'm gonna go for a draw because I can't decide between them. So I'm gonna sit on the fence and hopefully not get too many splinters. So I'm gonna go 1-1 draw.
Well, to be fair, like if you see the amount of draws in the first match
might not
day,
be too bad.
you might actually be right. So, like, we'll see.
Yeah. So that is week 1 done. Oh my god! Wow, we've gone through quite a lot, including Hitman, stock shares, clan, everything else. I'm not going to go into anything else.
Clan League.
But,
Ophelia.
yeah, I tried to forget that one because that was more of a. But yes, yes. Oh dear, I'm getting more grey hair as we speak right now. Why? Quiggy was so nice on the other show. I come back on this one and it's like, oh no, Hunter. Oh, no.
Really now. You know, next episode you do with Quickie, I'm gonna listen to the episode and listen at the end.
You will gate crash it. You will gate crash it. I know you would. You start saying shit.
I want to hear you say the same thing to Quiggy next match.
Quiggy's
next week.
funny. Quiggy, he's like, but yeah, I hope his tipping's better than ours. But yeah. But yeah, it's always a pleasure having him on the show, and thanks to everybody for tuning in. And we'll see you next week and find out who's the winners, who's the losers, and Major Nines, 2 bankers, you're welcome. Take care, guys. This is where you say bye now. Say bye. Bye. I tell you, it's deaf. It's deaf as a dodo. It's deaf as a dodo. It's not even listening to music. Anyway, bye from me and bye from him.